Travel Research Online is pleased to be bringing you this webinar today. We are here with Offshore Outpost Expeditions to introduce you to them and their inaugural season. So let me now turn it over to the first of our two presenters, Julie Davidson. Julie, over to you.
Thank you, Lee. Hi, everybody. I want to really just thank everybody for coming today. As always, I know everyone's busy, so I really appreciate you taking time out from your day to be here and learn more about Offshore Outpost Expeditions. I think you'll find it beneficial both for yourself as well as for your clients. So without further ado, let's get started. Easier said than done. What's happening here?
That's okay. Just take your mouse and click into your slide. It probably just decided to take a break since we.
There we go. Okay. So the very first thing I want to mention is that this is our inaugural season. And with that, we are offering bonus commission. That's something everybody likes to hear. So in addition to the 10% commission that we offer to travel agents for the inaugural season, we will be offering $500 per booking for any booking up to 4 guests and an additional $1,000 per booking for any booking that's 5 guests or more. So when you consider the regular 10% commission as well as the bonus commission, you're looking at a very nice commission structure, in addition to a wonderful product. So hopefully I've gotten your attention now. So let's see what we're talking about. So we're not talking about this, and we're definitely not talking about this or this. What are we talking about? We are talking about an opportunity for your clients to explore a pristine UNESCO World Heritage Site, the Sea of Cortez, which Jacques Cousteau referred to as the world's aquarium. These are some actual people on board the ship having fun. Your clients will be able to swim with whale sharks and sea lions in their natural habitat while the crew shoots photos of them to take home at the end of the voyage. Some pretty amazing scenery. So here I'm going to stop because this is where I really want to stress what differentiates and distinguishes us from other expedition ships is that there are 12 guests on board every week, 12. So that with our flexible itineraries and 12 guests on board, your clients can choose from daily activities to create their own personalized experiences. So whether they want to go kayaking or paddleboarding or fishing, with that number of guests on board, they can customize their own experience, which I think is just absolutely incredible. This is swimming and snorkeling at Cabo Pulmo, a protected marine reserve with a 20,000-year-old coral reef. Throughout the voyage, the staff of experts will leverage every opportunity for wildlife viewings. Some more images from voyages. That's the tender. They'll be able to sail past stunning desert landscapes, relax on top-rated beaches, and gather around a beach bonfire. They can catch fish on board, roosterfish, yellowtail, dorado, marlin, and sailfish. And this is one of my very favorite things. The chef will cook the fish for the next meal on board, or vacuum seal it for the clients to take home. These guys look pretty happy. Then clients will be able to dine on fresh, delicious cuisine throughout the voyage prepared by the private chef. So I just want to make a point of everything that's included. Everything is included in the voyage. High-end adventure gear for all activities, which would include stand-up paddleboarding, kayaking, fishing, snorkeling, hiking, 3 meals daily, snacks, all beverages, open bar, spacious staterooms, and airport transfers. And here's the ship. It's the Pacific Provider. And you know what? I just realized I didn't introduce Dave Mullen. Sorry, Dave. Oh my God. Dave Mullen is the Chief Expedition Officer, and he's on the call with us, and he'll be around later to take all the Q&A. Sorry, Dave. I was getting so into the webinar.
Hi guys, no problem.
Just when I looked at the ship, I forgot Dave. Okay, here's some more images of the ship. Dave's actually on the ship right now in San Diego. He's coming live from the ship. So here's a list of the onboard amenities. The ship has a 900 square foot great room with lounge seating and large screen TV, a Yamaha sound system, outdoor music delivered through a Polk audio stereo system, a really nice outdoor bar with stools and sofa seating, large indoor dining room with 2 family-style tables, very spacious top deck for outdoor dining, lounging, and wildlife viewing, seating and chaise lounge outdoors, a 7-person jacuzzi, a green egg barbecue, as mentioned before, 3 meals daily prepared by the private chef, 2 beverage stations, craft and local beers depending on location, a swim platform, Wi-Fi where available, and access to the bridge. These are the ship's 3 tenders. This is the outdoor deck. Really nice. The bar out on the outer deck. There's another shot of the bar. This is the great room, which is the lounge where people can hang out. Another shot of the great room. This is the dining room. And here's the galley. A couple more shots coming up of the galley. And here's some of the food that comes out of the galley, which looks really yummy. And here's a shot of the fish that's just been caught being prepared for an evening meal, which I think is great. I mean, it doesn't get any fresher than that. So let's talk about the accommodations. So there are 6 staterooms on board, which can be made up either as a standard king or as 2 twin beds. Every stateroom would have private ensuite bathrooms. Each stateroom has in-room smart TVs, premium linens, eco-friendly Gilchrist and Soames toiletries, access to over 1,300 movies in the onboard library. You saw in there's large picture windows in every stateroom, a Yeti tumbler to take home, a hair dryer in each stateroom, and an in-room safe. So here's coming up now with some images. This is the stateroom made up as a king, and here you can see the large picture window. This is also made up as a king. This is the stateroom made up as a twin. Also a twin. This is a twin also, and you can see they're really nice sized rooms. This is the map of where this ship is actually operating. So the trips run from Sunday to Saturday. Your clients would fly into Cabo and then either embark in San Jose del Cabo or La Paz. So if they embark in one, they disembark in the other, vice versa. Here's a deck plan of the ship. As you can see, there are 3 decks. The top deck is where the outdoor lounge area and the tables and chairs are, and the jacuzzi. The lounge deck, which is the middle deck, is where the dining room is, the galley. Then there's the great room, the indoor bar, and some outdoor seating. And then on the main deck, that's where the staterooms are located and all the adventure gear. That's where the tenders are kept, as well as the inflatable tender. And then that's also where the swim platform is. So let me just go over what adventure gear is included, comes with the ship, which is great because your clients don't have to bring anything. There's 3 19-foot high-speed tenders with T-tops and fishing rod holders, 1 16-foot Zodiac tender, 4 single kayaks, 6 double kayaks, 6 stand-up paddle boards, 6 surfboards, snorkel sets with masks, snorkels and fins, fishing rods with Avid reels, and yoga mats. So here's the sailing schedule. The ship is going to be sailing starting in November. So for your clients that are looking for something really great to do this season, book them. The season's going to be running from November through to April, and there's availability. So by all means, this is something really great that you can offer to your clients for this season. And here are the prices. The regular prices, the regular price is $7,900 per person, but based on double occupancy. For the inaugural season, it's $59.25 per person. So for 2 people, they would save $39.50, together. For families and groups, as opposed to $7,900 per person, for a group of 4 or more, it's $57.75 per person. And for a solo traveler, rather than paying $11,850, it's $97.85. So not only are we offering great inaugural prices, they're getting a better price, and you're getting increased commission. Win-win. So I just want to recap. We're offering all-inclusive pricing with a complimentary bar tab. The only things that are not included are airfare and gratuity. The expedition ship it's an expedition ship with the intimate feeling of a yacht. Your guests will enjoy unmatched privacy with only 6 staterooms and 12 guests on board. The ship's policy has the minimum of 1 crew for every 2 guests. That's like an amazing ratio. Your guests can choose from activities each day to create a really, truly personalized experience. The high-end adventure gear is on board for all activities: stand-up paddleboarding, kayaking, fishing, snorkeling, hiking. They don't have to bring anything. All the meals and snacks are included, 3 meals a day. Open bar, airport transfers. They get to take home a flash drive with the photos of their trip and their Yeti tumbler. And I just want to repeat, in case you don't remember from before, that there's the inaugural season bonus commission, 10% plus $500 per booking for any booking up to 4 guests, and $1,000 per booking for any booking 5 guests or more. So here we are. This is the website, offshoreoutpost.com. That's the number to call. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Do call to make bookings. That's the toll-free number. And now I think we're ready to turn it over to Dave for any questions. So thank you again, Lee. Thank you. Thank you for everybody for attending.
Well, thank you, Julie. And we're going to bring Captain Dave in now. We do have some great questions here that we'll get to in a minute. Before we do, I'm going to put you on the spot, Dave, because I know that everybody would like to get to know you a little bit. Can you tell us a little bit about your background and how you got into this into the travel business and why you picked the Sea of Cortez?
Absolutely. Hi, everybody. Thank you for being here this morning or afternoon, depending on where you are. I am Dave Mullen. I am one of the founders of Offshore Outpost. I come from, I'm from San Diego originally, so I actually grew up spending a lot of time in the Sea of Cortez. I went in the military after 9/11 for several years, and then ended up going to business school and ended up not liking the office life, so I went to work for Lindblad Expeditions for a couple years, and then sailed with them from Panama and Costa Rica up to Alaska, and ended up going to work for another company called the Boat Company, which just runs trips up in Alaska during the summers, and had kind of, toyed with this idea as a business to run myself, and kind of wanted to combine the weekly operations of how the Boat Company operated with more of the Lindblad itinerary. So, adding in the the sport fishing aspect to it, having a little bit more of a personalized experience, because the boat company still runs with more people than us, 24 a week, but just the general feel of a trip with not 60 people on board. It was a really fun thing for me to be involved in, getting to know the guests, having a lot more of a hospitality focus and personalized trip every week. So this is something that I started with a couple other guys, and we are really excited to kind of have this same feel down in Baja, and we're actually also, it didn't come up, but we will be up in Alaska during the summers. So that being the case, would love to jump into some of these questions.
Yes, thank you. And so that answered a question, which was, where are you from April to November? So now we know, Alaska in the summer months. That's terrific. So there's a lot of interest in charters, and I know we covered the per person cost, but is the yacht available for private charter?
Absolutely. If, with only 12 people on board, it is kind of set up so that, 12 is still a number that for a multi-generational family trip or reunion or any sort of corporate event, something like that, obviously it's not too difficult to get 12 people from one family on the boat. I've been on trips where we've had 18 people in one group on board at one time. So we will be available to basically book out the whole boat for one group for a week. And if that's the case, we can obviously customize it even a little bit more, because everyone would probably be on the same page with what they want to do for the week. So that being the case, we could basically, depending on the pricing, we'd probably be looking somewhere around $70,000 for the week for that, a little bit more of a discount for the full group.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. And then, of course, so we just were sort of focusing on charters there, but definitely this is set up as a regular program that agents can sell one stateroom at a time. They don't have to charter the whole vessel in order to give their clients a yacht-like experience, right?
Correct. So, basically for a boat that would have cost $150,000 a week to charter with just the crew a year ago, and then have all those fees on top of it for fuel and insurance and the food and alcohol tabs, we've basically converted it into a cruise ship, and it has 6 matching staterooms. They're all just about identical. So there's no huge master suite and then kind of the 3 VIP suites, and then that change in quality of the rooms. They're all exactly the same, so there's no upgrades on board. It's just a big spacious room for every single person, and that's how we hope to book this thing out, is by having a lot of individual room bookings, whether it's just a couple or one solo traveler, or groups of 4, groups of 6, whatever it might be.
Okay. All right, thanks. So thinking about all the different options for being active on board, the kayaks caught the attention of one of our listeners. And if someone is a beginner, is your crew able to get them started with some lessons to make them feel comfortable in the kayaks or paddle boards or whatever other equipment you might have on board?
The crew is qualified to teach anybody anything they want, whether it's kayaking, stand-up paddling, fishing. We will be out with the guests all the time. So we're not just handing off the gear and sending people on their way. We will be there with them, making sure that they are safe and taken care of, and also there to share our expertise, because we're all pretty experienced in this industry and kind of leading these trips.
That's great to know. And so thinking about charters, if someone chartered the vessel and they wanted to have a more customized type active experience, for instance, if they wanted to incorporate diving into their week on board the vessel, are you able to help them do that?
We can definitely make those arrangements if it's a special trip like that. We also have a air compressor on board and some scuba gear, mostly for the crew to use during any work we might need to do on the hull of the ship, because at the end of the day, it is a working boat. But you know, if we do have a group that wants to charter the boat for a week that, you know, specifically wants to tailor their trip to go scuba diving, we can have that conversation and make those accommodations for them.
Okay, thanks. And I noticed when Julie was talking about open bar and all the different inclusions. So if someone had a special drink or a special brand that they liked to have on board, are you able to handle those sort of special requests to have that stocked?
Absolutely, we can handle that, and we also have a full-time guest coordinator hospitality person on board who is has a concierge background and bartending experience, who's on board making craft cocktails. We want this to be a really good experience for everyone, you know, kind of raise the bar. So wanted to have it be the kind of situation where people get back from sport fishing and kayaking and being out for 3 hours in the afternoon and have, you know, craft margaritas being served to them before they have dinner that night.
Well, that sounds fantastic. And I noticed, I know Julie went through the galley and we had some incredible food shots, but I would assume the same if there are any kind of special dietary needs, any of that can be accommodated.
Absolutely.
Okay. So there's some interest in Alaska. Wondering if you have those itineraries fleshed out yet and know what your sailing schedule is going to be there and what the route will be.
We're just wrapping up our paperwork right now to operate in Alaska, but we are currently looking at shifting our operations from Southeast, where you know, a lot of these operations are, and operating up in Prince William Sound from May through September.
All right, great. And what about children? Is there a minimum age for children on board, and are children welcome on any departure?
We do request that it is 10 and over on our trips, just due to the size of the crew. We can't really accommodate, you know, having basically a child watching service on board. So, you know, anyone over 10, we're fine with. We can, you know, obviously if that was something where it was a full boat charter for the week, we could make accommodations.
Sure. Okay. And there's some interest in knowing more about your naturalist guides, about their experience and background and what sort of programs they might offer on board. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
You know, everyone in the crew has been in the industry for a long time, whether working with other operations or, you know, just being general water people all over the world. We're not, you know, necessarily the Lindblad biologist types, but we've had the experience being out here, you know, doing this for seasons at a time, and have kind of gained that same knowledge from those people. We're definitely extremely familiar with the locations. We know a lot about it. We have the natural history books on board and all of that, and can definitely share the information. But that's, you know, at the end of the day, we're really more of the active crew and the active experience type of trip than the, you know, really focused educational type of experience.
Sure, sure. Gotcha. Okay. So for agents who are interested in being able to market your programs to their clients, do you have brochures or any sort of online materials that can be downloaded and printed out that they can share with their clients?
We do, and we can send that out. We have the email addresses, or forward it to TRS.
Yeah, we sure do. In fact, we have.
We also have it all on our. We have itineraries on our website that are available as a PDF.
Okay, terrific. Thank you. There's a question here about guaranteed departures. So is each departure guaranteed, or could there possibly be some consolidation if one sailing was light?
The only thing that would change a departure for us would be weather. We are guaranteeing each week that we have listed on the website.
Well, that's terrific. Thank you. All right. So we're getting down to, I think, the point where we've answered all of the questions, and so there's a few that we'll forward along to you for some personal follow-up. Thank you so much for being with us. I know this, just so excited for you and your inaugural season. I'm assuming you've got some availability for holiday travel. I know it's getting tight everywhere else, but would assume that right now, do you all still have some availability for the holidays?
We do. We are getting a lot of requests for the holidays, but we do have availability still.
Terrific. Okay. Well, I will stop there with the questions and turn it back over to you and Julie for closing comments. So, Dave, maybe we'll start with you. If there's anything that you'd like to share that we haven't addressed today, now is your opportunity to do that, and then we'll turn it back to Julie to wrap things up.
Anything, Dave?
Yeah, I just wanted to follow up and say we're really trying to not only compete in the adventure cruise market, but also really give that yacht charter type experience at more of a attainable cost than what it would usually be by booking out rooms instead of the entire ship. So making it more affordable for a couple to book a room for a week instead of having to book an entire boat. It's a really different experience. The trips that we've done in the last few weeks have been absolutely phenomenal. We've had really great feedback from everyone we've had on board, and I think that no one will be disappointed with the experience that they'll have on board with us down in the Sea of Cortez and also up in Alaska.
Thank you, Dave. So, Julie?
Well, I want to thank everybody for coming. I hope that we've made a great impression. I think, to me, the whole experience looks just absolutely phenomenal. I think your clients will really enjoy it. I mean, the ship's wonderful. It's well appointed. It's, as I said, like a yacht on the inside, an expedition ship on the outside, and they'll just have a really, really fabulous experience. So, check out the website, call the toll-free number, speak to Cole, book your clients, and again, thanks for coming. And thank you, Lee, as always, great moderator.
Thank you. My pleasure. Well, we're just delighted to have all of our audience members with us today. Don't forget about that great social media package that will be coming your way as a thank you for attending today's webinar. Be on the lookout for that email and consider signing up for other of our webinars as well. But most importantly, please go out to the Offshore Outpost Expeditions website, get to know them. They are a great company offering a fantastic product, and as Dave and Julie have mentioned, are really filling a unique niche in the market, and we hope that they will become part of your portfolio that you are able to offer to your clients. So with that, we will say good day and conclude our webinar. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.